madrugada. Empieza el llanto de la guitarra. Es inútil callarla. Es imposible callarla. Llora monótona como llora el agua, como llora el viento sobre la nevada. Es imposible callarla. Llora por cosas lejanas. Arena del sur caliente que pide camelias blancas, llora flechas sin blanco, la tarde sin mañana. Y el primer pájaro muerto sobre la rama. Ay, guitarra, corazón malherido por 5 espadas.
Lovely. Priests from all the villages were there. During the first response, Magdalena fainted.
She's the one who'd be most bereft.
She's the only one who loved her father. Oh, thank God we're alone for a bit. I was hungry.
If Bernarda could see you.
What? Now she's decided she's not eating, we all have to die of hunger.
Won't you give me one for my little girl?
Go on. And take a handful of chickpeas too. She won't notice it today. Bernarda! Is the old woman locked in?
2 turns of the key.
We should use the bolt as well. She's got fingers like picklocks.
Bernarda!
Oh, she's coming! Make sure everything is clean. If this place isn't gleaming when Bernarda gets here, she'll pull out the little air I've got left. A tyrant of all she surveys. She could sit on your chest for a year and watch you slowly die, and still not wipe that cold smile from her cursed face. Clean those pots.
My hands are red raw from cleaning.
She's the cleanest, the most decent, the loftiest of women. Her husband deserves a good rest. For 30 years I've laundered her sheets. For 30 years I've eaten her leftovers. Spent whole nights sat awake when she had a cough. Days peering through cracks to spy on the neighbours and bring her the news. And there's no secrets between us, and yet I curse her. May needles prick out her eyes.
Woman!
What? I'm a good bitch, I bark when I'm told. And I bite the heels of the beggars when she spurs me on. My sons work her field, and they're both married. But one day I'll have had enough.
And then?
And then I'll lock myself in a room with her and spit on her for a year. Bernarda for that, and the other, and the other, until she looks like a squashed lizard that the children have brought in. And that's all she is, her and her whole family. Mind you, I don't envy her. 5 women on her hands, 5 ugly daughters. Except for Angustius, who's got some money coming. Well, the rest may have fine lace and linen camisoles, but their inheritance is bread and water.
I wouldn't mind having what they have.
You've got your hands and we'll have a hole in God's earth.
That's all they'll give us, those who've got nothing.
The final prayers. Hurry, they'll be here in a minute. the street earlier.
Shh! Praise be to God.
May He bless and praise forever.
Rest in peace with the holy saints above us.
Rest in peace.
With St. Michael the Archangel armed with his sword of justice.
Rest in peace.
With the key that opens all gates and the hand that closes them.
Rest in peace.
With all those that are blessed in the little lights of the field.
Rest in peace.
Grant rest to your servant Antonia Maria Benavides and the crown of your sacred glory.
Amen.
Requiem aeternam Domine.
Et lux perpetuum se eis.
Child, pass me a fan.
Take this one.
Is this the fan to hand a widow? Hand me a black one and learn to respect your father's memory.
Take mine.
And you?
I don't feel hot.
Find another one. You'll need it. Through the 8 years of mourning, not a breeze shall enter this house. Consider the doors and windows as sealed with bricks. That's how it was in my father's house, and my grandfather's. Meanwhile, you can embroider your trousseau. In the chest, I've 20 pieces of cloth from which you can cut sheets and covers. Magdalena can embroider them.
It's all the same to me. You don't want to embroider them, leave them plain. Yours will look better that way. Yours and mine. I know I'll never be married. I go up in sacks the mill to stay in this dark room day after day.
That's what it is to be a woman.
Then curses on all women.
Here you do what I say. You can't go running telling tales to your father now. A needle and a thread for a woman, a whip and a mule for a man. That's how it is for people born without wealth.
Bernarda! I want out!
Let her out now.
It was an effort to hold her down. She may be 80 years old, but your mother is as tough as an oak tree.
Oh, it runs in the family. My grandmother was the same.
While she was there, I had to gag her several times with an empty sack because she wanted to call for the dog meat and the dishwater she says you give her.
She's a troublemaker.
She can let off steam in the yard.
And she's taken the rings and the golden earrings from her box and she's put them all on and she tells me she wants to get married.
Oh. Go with her and take care she doesn't go near the well.
I doubt she'll throw herself in.
No, not that. But if she's there, the neighbours can see her from their windows.
We'll go and freshen our clothes.
Very well, but keep your headscarves on. Where's Angustius?
I saw him in through a crack in the gate.
Why were you there yourself?
I went to see if the hens had laid.
The male mourners should already have left.
There was a group of them still standing around outside.
Angustius? Angustius!
What is it?
What were you gazing at, and whom?
No one.
Is it proper for a woman of your class to be trying to attract a man on the day of your father's funeral? Answer me, who were you gazing at?
No one.
Oh, you spineless, sickly creature!
Bernarda, be calm.
Just leave.
She did it without thinking what she was doing, and that's wrong, of course. I was shocked when I saw her going towards the yard, and then she stopped by the window and listened to the male mourners, whose conversation was, as always, unfit to be heard.
It's what they come to funerals for. And what were they saying?
They were talking about Pacula Rosetta. Last night, the men tied her husband to the manger and took her by horseback to the heights of the olive groves.
And she? Oh, she's the only loose woman in the village.
Because she's not from round here. She's from far off. Those who went with her were sons of foreigners too. Men round here aren't up to such things.
No, but they like to look on and gossip and smack their lips over what's occurred.
Yes, they said other things too.
What sort of things?
I'm ashamed to mention them.
And my daughter heard those?
She must have done.
Oh, she takes after her aunts, white and sickly, and making sheep's eyes at any old flatterer's comments. How we have to suffer and struggle to make sure people act decently and don't slide downhill.
Bernarda, your daughters are of an age to receive compliments. They hardly oppose you. And Garcia must be over 30 by now.
39 to be exact.
Imagine. She's never had a suitor.
No, none of them has, and they don't need them. They're fine as they are.
Oh, I didn't mean to offend you.
There's no one that can compare to them for miles around. The men here are not of their class. Would you have me give them up to any beggar who asks?
Well, maybe you should have moved to another village.
Indeed, to sell them off.
No, Bernarda, for change. Although, anywhere else they'd be poor.
Hold your spiteful tongue.
There's no talking to you. Are we not friends?
No, we are not. You serve me and I pay you nothing more.
Don Arturo's here. He's come to discuss the will.
I'm coming. Start whitewashing the courtyard, and you put all the dead one's things in the big chest.
I thought we could give some...
Nothing, not a button. Not even the handkerchief we covered his face with.
Have you taken your medicine?
Oh, for all the good it will do.
Yes, but have you taken it?
I do these things without any faith in them. Like a piece of clockwork.
You seem better since the new doctor arrived.
I feel the same.
Did you notice Adelaida was not at the funeral?
I knew she wouldn't be. Her fiancé doesn't even let her walk in the streets. She used to be happy, but now she doesn't even powder her face.
I no longer know whether it's better to have a fiancé or not.
I think it makes no difference.
It's all the gossip that's to blame. They won't let you live. Adelaida must have had a hard time of it.
Oh yes, they're afraid of Mother. She's the only one who knows the truth about how Adelaida's father got his land. And she sticks the knife in every time they come. You see, Adelaida's father murdered his first wife's husband in Cuba in order to marry the wife. Then he abandoned her for another woman who had a daughter, whom he then married when the second wife died insane. That was Adelaida's mother.
And why is this wretch not in jail?
Because men cover up things of this nature among themselves, and no one's willing to speak out.
But Adelaida's not to blame for all that.
No, the tales are repeated, and to me it's just one dreadful repetition. Her fate is the same as her mother's and her grandmother's, those wives of the men who engendered her.
What a terrible thing.
It's preferable never to see a man, I think. When I was a child, I was so afraid. I'd watch them in the yard, yoking the oxen and stacking those sacks of wheat. And I was just so afraid that I'd grow older and I'd find myself in their arms. But God has made me feeble and ugly, and He's kept them away from me.
Don't say such things. Enrique Humanes is after you, and he liked you.
Oh, no, people invent things. You know, I stood at the window in my nightgown until dawn, because the farmhand's daughter told me he was coming. He never did. It was all talk. And then he married some woman with more money than I.
And she is ugly as the devil.
Yeah, but what does beauty matter to them? What matters is land or oxen or a submissive bitch to fetch their food.
What are you doing?
Standing here.
And you?
I'm just walking about to stretch my legs a while. I've been looking at the picture grandmother embroidered. The poodle and the Negro fighting a lion that we loved so much when we were children. Those were happy times. Weddings lasted 10 days and there was no malicious gossip. These days they're more refined. Brides wear white veils as they do in towns and we drink bottled wine. But we waste away due to their chatter.
God only knows what used to go on.
Is that Adela? She's put on her green dress. Mother might see her. Oh, leave her be. She's the youngest of us all and still full of illusions. I'd give anything to see her happy. Have you heard?
No.
Come on.
No idea what you're referring to.
You know more about it than I. You two always have your heads together like little sheep and never telling on anything. This business about Pepe El Romano.
Oh, that.
Oh, that. It's talked about all over the place. Angustius is to wed Pepe El Romano. He was round here last night, and I think he'll soon send someone to call.
And please, he's a good man. I too. Angustius has fine qualities.
Neither of you are pleased. If he wants to marry Angustius for Angustius the woman, then I'd be pleased. But we're family, and we know she's aging and unwell. He's after the money. If she looked like a sack of potatoes at 20, what is she now at 40?
Talk like that. Good fortune can come to those who least expect it. She speaks the truth, though. Angustius has her father's money. She's the only wealthy one in this house, and now that our father is dead and they're sharing out his estate, they're after her.
Pepe El Romano is 25 years old and the most good-looking man in the whole neighbourhood. The natural thing would be him to go for you, Amelia, or Adela, who's only 20, not go after the least attractive woman in this house, who, like her father, talks through her nerves.
Perhaps he likes her.
Perhaps he likes her. I never could stand your hypocrisy.
Oh, heaven preserve us.
You'll scare the chickens with that dress.
And what would you have me do with it? If Mother sees you, she will drag you about by the hair.
I'm so pleased with this dress. I thought we could wear it if we were to go and eat melons by the mill. There'd be nothing equal to it.
It is a lovely dress.
And it suits me. It's the best Magdalena ever made.
And what do the chickens say to it?
They passed on some of their fleas and my legs got bitten.
You could dye it black.
Oh, the best you can do with it is pass it on to Angustius for when she weds Pepe El Romano.
Pepe El Romano?
Haven't you heard the talk?
No.
Well, now you know.
It's not possible.
Oh, money makes everything possible.
Is that why she followed the mourners and peeked through the gate? And that man is capable of...
He's capable of anything.
What are you thinking, Adela?
Thinking that this mourning period has come at the worst possible time in my life.
I'm getting used to it.
No, I won't get used to it. I don't want to be shut in. I don't want my skin to become like yours. I don't want to lose my bloom in these rooms. Tomorrow I will put on my green dress and I will walk in the street. I want to go out.
Adela!
Shh.
Poor child. She misses her father so.
Hush.
It will be the same for all of us.
Adela, the servant almost overheard you.
Pepe El Romano's at the top of the street.
Oh, let's go and look.
Aren't you going with them?
No, I'm not interested.
You can see him best when he turns the corner. From the window in your room. Cursed will.
It's quite a lot of money for Angustius.
Yes.
And for the others, quite a lot less.
You've said it 3 times already, and I chose not to answer you. Quite a lot less. Much less. Don't remind me again. Angustius?
Mother?
How dare you powder your face? How dare you even wash it on the day of your father's funeral?
But he wasn't my father. Mine died years ago. You've forgotten about him.
You owe more to this man, your sister's father, than your own. Thanks to him, you've inherited a fortune.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, only out of decency, out of respect.
Mother, let me go out!
Out! Clean that powder off your face, you cunning little hypocrite. There! Now go out.
Bernarda, don't meddle so much.
Even if my mother's crazy, I still have my 5 senses intact, and I know exactly what I'm doing.
What's going on?
Nothing's going on.
Oh, if you're arguing about the inheritance, you the richest of us all, you can stick the lot of it. Oh, what's your bow time?
Don't think it will give you any power over me. Till I leave this house feet first, I'll manage your business and mine.
my white shawl. And you don't need anything of mine. Not my rings, or my earrings, or my black dress of mourning. Because none of you will ever be married.
Be quiet,
Not
Mother.
one. Well, I want my pearl necklace.
Be quiet, Mother.
I won't be quiet. I don't want to stand here and watch all these single women foaming at the mouth for marriage, and their hearts are turning to dust. I want to be married. I wish to be married to a handsome young man by the seashore. Bernarda, I want to go back to my village. The men here just run away from their women.
Lock her up.
Bernarda, no! No, Bernarda!
Help
No!
her.
No! I want to get married! Bernarda, I want to be married! Bernarda, by the seashore! By the seashore! No!